Warning, do not attempt to watch this 18 rated DVD review on the film Deathbed. This film is 18 rated, meaning it's got all the subjects of adults only. So this will contain of violence, sexual things, because there is a lot of sexual things in this movie. We do not want children to actually watch, because it does go onto a serious subject as well with this movie, where there is actual forms of child abuse as well. So please be advised, do not watch this video if you are under the age of this film, please. Okay, now we're moving on to the review.
So I've got this movie and it was given to me, so I didn't actually buy it, it was given, and it's obviously it's about a bed, and best way to do this is actually play the actual trailer, and you've got a clue what it is about.
Right down the hall here. Seems like a really nice building.
Quiet.
A loving couple.
It's beautiful. Look at this view. Oh, it's fantastic.
A new home.
Got your lease. All standard.
It's official.
It's official.
Say, where's this going?
I don't know. I never got a key for it. Probably some old storage room or something.
An old bed.
Why would somebody hide this? I mean, it is weird that somebody would forget about something like this, isn't it? Would you happen to know if there are any murders that happened here?
Murder?
Not recently, maybe in the 20s?
Do you believe in life after death? Do you believe in the power of temptation? Do you believe it could happen to you? Don't go up the stairs.
I just know that something's here and I don't want to be here anymore.
Don't open the door. Don't lie down. Don't close your eyes. And whatever you do, don't fall asleep. This nightmare has only just begun.
Did you put something in there?
Stuart Gordon presents a Danny Raven film, Deathbed. Evil never sleeps.
So when the movie starts, it starts off in all black and white. You see an image of a bed, a lady on it, a creepy man, and a monophone, or it's not a record player, but it's one of them old-fashioned things playing this, I don't know, it's this horrible tune really, and I think it's meant to be done like that. It's just, it really puts you off the movie, thinking it's going to be a bad movie, but by heck, it ain't starting well. It starts off black and white, and you're seeing this long scene of a man tying something around a woman's throat, and she's tied up on this metal bed, and you'll see blood coming out of her wrist in the end, and cigarette smoke blowing into the man's mouth. even you don't see a cigarette, but you're presuming he's like, you know, pinching a soul or something, and, you know, it's a low-budget movie, what do you expect? But then you get the credits, and, yeah, I'm best letting you see a lot of them, because it helps me not to really explain who did what on this movie and all that lot. Yeah, because this is not the only movie what's the deathbed. I mean, there was a one, I'm sure it was 1977. Never seen it, so don't worry. You'd be thinking all them bad movies I've seen, I should at least seen this other, you know, deathbed. But no, it's about a bed eating people. But this one is a lot different. It doesn't eat people, so don't get disappointed that you're not going to see people getting eaten by a bed, but you will see people getting killed, because the body count will go up. Oh, yeah, there's a very extreme body count of a few, you know, but we've played the trailer. You must be inspired.
It is summoned whenever there is an injustice. A shadowy beast dripping with the blood of vengeance. It has many faces, but only one name. And when you look into the eyes of Lilith, death will have found a new home.
So we've got the trailers going up, and well, I did experience some familiar of a strange story of this movie. It did remind me of the time where, you know, you're going to get bored maybe. But we've got the credits going. So I moved into this place with my partner and our son, and we had the landlord what showed us, and, you know, we had this modern bathroom and things were made upstairs. Anyhow, I went down the cellar, and it was like it hadn't been touched. It looked so medieval, and there was this door outside the courtyard. It was nailed shut, but outside was this hidden door, and you won't believe what I actually found functioning, working. Yeah, it was a toilet. So I had my own little private toilet practically. I used to go down to the cellar to the toilet, you know, two and all that lot. And then my partner was like calling for me, and she couldn't find me. She came down to the cellar and she could hear me, but she didn't know where I was. I said, I'm behind the wall. Where? Anyhow, the only way I could show her where this hidden door was is actually, because it had a functioning light, it worked. Left the light on, turned the light off in the cellar, and she could see that little white square with light coming through and all that lot. Anyhow, it's going blurry. But the movie starts off minding me of that, because I remember our landlord explaining about new electrics and new plumbing, and this apartment they move into was made in the 1930s. It was a warehouse. And he's explaining that, you know, it's got this weird closet door. Now, the landlord does talk about, oh, it's got some modern cons, like a low flush toilet, you know, with the extra button on it, you know. Sorry about the bill airiness. a low flush toilet, the technology it's got in it. It's such amazing, he mentions. But there's this closet door with some stairs going up, and he opens the door and he's very sarcastic saying, you can hide your skeletons in there. But we're all curious, like I was in real life, when I found that mysterious door. There's a door, and there's a door, and he's like, goes into another room, but it's locked. So it is a young couple what's moving in, so you know, it's like you're very eager getting your first place, and this place is actually Anne, where you can see the Hollywood sign, and they do have a conversation about that as well, where this landlord or janitor or whatever, he seems like he's in charge of maintenance anyhow.
Are you awake, sir? I think not. God has sent us this quake as the holy prophecies foretold. Shake up the earth, wake up the sinners.
We found out that this maniac is planning total world annihilation. He's got labs where he can synthesize the virus and then release it in one simultaneous assault.
Why would anybody live in a city where this can happen?
What's the status of that lab?
We've lost contact with our man on the inside.
It appears we've run out of options.
The president has ordered the Air Force to drop an atomic bomb.
Are they crazy? What about everybody in the city? What about people trapped by the quake? There has to be something we can do.
Hey! Unless you deliver your bomb in the next 14 minutes, you may deliver Armageddon.
Mr. President, I highly recommend you order the airstrike immediately.
Here we are, St. Joy.
Just gonna take a shot. I'm dying today, one way or another.
Hello? Hello, do you
There's another strange scene where when they first come and examine the apartment, she touches the wall and we get this black and white image of a handcuff on her wrist, and you think, oh, that's a bit bizarre, but you know, alright, okay, it's a weird film, but yeah, will come in later on in the movie.
Between the worlds of the living and the dead. Places where the unexplained, the unusual become common. We call them haunted. The dead call them home.
Reality television.
This one's different. It's got real haunted houses. Welcome to Mason House, ladies. Throughout the night, you're going to be issued challenges.
The stories about the Mason House are true. This place is haunted.
You have just entered one of the most infamous and haunted buildings in the area.
The brides of Phineas Mason were imprisoned here in life. They remain imprisoned here in death.
We will have the money in a suitcase waiting for the contestant who wins at sunrise.
It's going to take a lot more than some spooky legend and cheesy sound effects for me to give up $1 million.
Welcome to the Chill Channel. Let's try and crack the toughest nut in the group first.
There's got to be a way to stop them, to ward them off or something.
I'm not afraid of you, Phineas Mason.
What the hell are you talking about? We gotta get the hell out of here. You can't get away with this on national TV, you scumbag.
Reality television! We got a hit, folks! We got a hit!
So we get some history about Hollywood and Hollywood sign about Hollywood land, and it's interesting that this landlord guy is a little bit creepy. I mean, he is obsessed about the reading room as he sort of refers. The toilet, but, remember my story, don't help. So, we gather the couple gets the lease of the place because the landlord comes in, it's all official, it's all signed up, and we find out what our young lady does. She draws pictures for Kiddie Winky books, yeah. And our creepy guy says this.
Oh, excuse me. This is, that's a closet. Nice place to hide your skeletons. Cripes, kiddo, how old do you think I am?
So our creepy landlord guy mentions about grandchildren and that, and because she draws pictures for kiddie books, and he says something creepy like this.
Karen, she does kids books.
Oh, well, maybe I ought to get a couple of your books for my grandkids.
Okay.
First of all, I better get some grandkids. What's your line, kiddo?
Jerry's a photographer. Great photographer.
Yeah. So Jerry is a bloke, photographer, and our creepy landlord says these creepy things again.
What kind of stuff? You don't do them nudie things, do you?
Yeah, actually, sometimes.
And obviously our Jerry does take pictures of ladies naked and Playboy maybe, but we get the impression he likes photography. Yes. So the next scene is we get some workmen coming in, obviously, and they go, "What do you want the bed?" There ain't no bed. It's just a mattress. And they give him the mattress, and you can gather where they put the mattress. It's just straight on the floor, and you get this uncomfortable sex scene where Jerry is really insisting that his girlfriend should give him a break or a rest because he's doing all the hard work, and he wants her to get on top of him instead of him doing all that hard work, pumping and stuff and all that lot. I mean, the guy wants a rest, I presume, and he wants her to get on top, and she won't do it. But then we discover that there must be something wrong because, she's saying it hurts and all that lot.
I've got another suspected animal attack 3 miles south of the overpass.
Its teeth are 12 inches long. Its claws can tear you in half. It stands 30 feet tall, and it's very, very hungry.
Johnson, what's happening? Johnson!
After thousands of years, man has fallen to the bottom of the food chain. Eric Roberts, Corbin Burnson.
So we get this weird awkwardness about them in the bed, and yeah, she keeps very complaining about it hurts. Yeah. And then he's asleep, and all of a sudden that mysterious room, that somebody's left some dry ice floating down the stairs, and obviously it freaks her out. And then the dry ice is gone. Then we get a next shot of it daylight, and you hear this. Believe me, there's more. So the best thing to do when you're in a situation like that, when somebody's screaming behind a door and you don't know who it is, get not the police, but the janitor. And he comes along with a bloody crowbar.
What did you say? You heard some squeaking?
That's how it started, and then I heard.
So he gets his crowbar and starts wedging it through the door and forces that door open.
Are you okay?
So he forces the door open, and then we see what's inside the mysterious room. So we've already seen it at the beginning of the film. We saw this black and white shot, and that is the room with the bed and the gramophone, and my bad camera going blurry, please. So yeah, and a mirror. So the landlord has a torch, and he more or less starts swearing later on, you know, about nuns and stuff and that. Oh yes, about nuns.
Door's shut tighter than the nun's ass. Excuse my French.
You're right, no, pick it up anything.
So yeah, somehow our next shot is they actually get the bed down the stairs. It's been quite interesting because you see the width of the door and the width of the bed. The bed looks even wider, but somehow maybe did he dismantle it and did he bring it down? They must have, because you see him cleaning it, and then you know she's like bending over, and you can you can see them memory glands, you know, ish, and he's starting to look like this. And you're thinking, oh gosh, what's going to happen? Oh dear. We all knew there was something not sus about this guy, because the guy keeps a parrot. Yeah.
What's that, kiddo? Will you shut up?
That's right, a parrot. A cocky 2 or something. I don't know. I'm no expert on parrots. There's a great big white bird with a bit of yellow on it on top of the head. Yeah, McCoy or something. Anyhow, who cares? The thing seems to talk, but, you know, comes later on in the movie. So the boyfriend, as we all know, is a photographer, and he takes them naughty pictures, and he's got this model where he actually does say she's never slept in a bed in her whole life, because practically they ain't just doing a photography session of a lady posing on a bed. The star is the bed. Oh yeah. But somehow he complains about how she's modelling the bed.
Don't be ridiculous, huh? Maybe give me someone that actually sleeps on a bed.
There's one scene I actually thought she was going to fall asleep in it. Well, that's what you do in the bed, isn't it? Mostly, yes. One of the main things I do is go to sleep in the bed. But yeah, okay. So it gets up to a great big surprise, right?
Kid! Hey, this thing won't open!
So he gets up, a big surprise, trying to get in, he can't get in because the key's not working. Then we find out his glass, Karen, she's all tattered up and all that lot. Wow. Whoa, you might go blind, especially what happens now. Because we get this this scene where, you know, better not do that. That she wants him to take pictures, and he does, and this is the bit you may go blank, you know, hopefully there's no kids watching it, it shouldn't be, you know, little buggers, but yeah, so obviously they have sex and it's like a soft porn movie because there's no nudity, but you know what they're up to, you know, all that sticky gooey, what's swapping your body fluid malarkey, and obviously she does a thing. She gets on top of him, and he always been desired to her to get on top. And the first thing he starts doing is choking her out. But don't worry, we've had some weird shots already again about her touching the wall, handcuffs, black and white, and it does it again, handcuffs, black and white. And I was left with the illusion, is it to do with that beginning bit of, you know, the black and white shot of the man, but it was like a soft, silky, lacely scarf or something. But this is like, looks like toy plastic handcuffs, like some kiddies' toy plastic handcuffs, if you really pay attention. And yeah, that's the image, you know, so, but it does come in later on in the movie, but you have to wait. So the next thing we get is a phone call to Karen, and she answers it, and it's like she's got a job to draw.
Hi, you reached your...
She's got a job to draw some pictures of natural childbirth or something. Anyhow, listen to this.
Karen's place. Please leave a message at the tone.
Hi Karen, sorry to call you so late, but I just got this great assignment for you. Palin Publishing is doing a book about natural childbirth, and they want the scene in the late 1800s. You know, something with one of those old-fashioned iron beds. You think you could come up with something? Call me back.
Well, I know it's a touchy subject, okay, but you think that maybe once in a while we could do something different? Maybe? If it hurts, rush punches. You know, come on, tie me up. Make me pay.
So, it sounds a bit bizarre. She's just drawing that bed where she's been doing all that love making and all that lot, you know, baby, you know, swapping baby fluids or whatever, you know. But yeah, okay. So creepy. She's drawing the bed, but obviously she sees a silk scarf or tie when it's like, you know, when we see this, quite a good effect actually. It is just somebody maybe pouring a bit of red tomato ketchup down a bed, but you know, quite effective and scary maybe. Then yeah, so we get to Jerry. Jerry's back at work again, and he's got another model to model for that bed. And this is where it goes a little bit more complicatedly weird, because we had the other model what was doing all them sexy poses and stuff and all that lot, and you know, and then that. But now we've got this like, well, not so old, well, not so young lady. What gives you that impression of, you know, a granny 90 and all that lot. And he wants her to do this?
Try this.
Oh.
Like this?
Oh.
No. Let me see you arch your back.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, arch your back.
Now spread your legs. See if you can reach the corner. Now spread your legs. See if you can reach the corner. Now spread your legs. See if you can reach the corner. Now spread your legs. See if you can reach the corner.
Lucky enough, he don't take a picture.
It looks like she's tied to bed. Maternal, remember?
So you get another scene of you know, doing the naughty and that, but it's like a Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone in Basic Instincts, where they get this tying up bit, like, well, no ice picks, but you know, but she starts killing him, and all of a sudden she stops and apologises, and he's like, oh, I'm getting into that. It was on top.
You don't know how long I'm going to do that, baby.
Oh no.
And then we get a shot where she's wakes up, because there's obviously this creepy things happening with this bed and all that lot. And she goes for a casual shower, you know, all that sex, you know, get rid of that stench, you know. And then we see a lovely scene where she's drying her hair and she hears noises. And sees another woman in her bed with him. What does she do? Screams!
What the hell was that about?
So you get this reaction from him. This is where the camera seems a bit shaky cam, you know, it's not a steady camera or anything. And the acting was a little bit, well, they can do better than me, but you know, okay. It's something blurry. So, sorry about the camera, you know, terrible. So you get this very strange scene where, yeah, there's a woman naked, well, not naked in his bed, but you know, she's seen a woman in his bed, and you see this quality acting with the camera shaking and stuff, and what would you do in that situation? Well, first thing, you wouldn't put all your lights on in your apartment. No. Get the most smallest flashlight you can and go looking for her. Don't make sense, but maybe. So they've gone looking for this woman in the dark with a light flashlight, and he more or less, come on love, make yourself a hot chocolate, you know that helps you get to sleep. You know, you'd be dying for a pee later on during night, but you know, get some hot chocolate. So obviously, we get the impression that he's slept in and she's been up all night drawing. and she's been drawing some weird pictures. Some very odd ones. So, and this is when we get some odd, more black and white images, and yeah, you are noticing that there's just more on what we saw at the beginning. That we saw an old gentleman, oldish woman tied on a bed. This time it is getting a bit more sensitive. There's something to do with plastic toy handcuffs and a child touching a wall and that. And we get the impression is this something to do with some trauma of Karen, because she's drawing this. And anyhow, it doesn't matter because we get this strange noise. And it's nothing to do with the bed. No, it's that creepy landlord or whatever he is, you know what I mean? He's outside her door doing this.
Okay?
And they pay rent.
Yeah, I'm fine. I hope I didn't disturb you. I'm just trying to get this.
So, what does he ask for when he wants a drink? And I mean, she offers him very nicely. Here.
Do you want something to drink? Coffee, cup of tea?
Well, you don't have something cold here.
I like that. She offered him a cup of tea and that. But no, he wants a beer. Yeah, and he gets one. Yeah, that's not bad. And he hasn't worked out a price for a bed, because he's like, I could wear that in for scrap or anything, oh no, I'll let you have it, you know what I mean? Because he comes out with this comment.
It ain't exactly my style, these metal beds are kind of spooky. Reminds me of hospital.
I don't know what to say.
Hospital beds, well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. That's a great thing, isn't it? So, yeah. On to... Yeah. This is where Karen asks the old guy about not his age, but as you do. Has there been any murders in this place? And what he replies,
I was wondering, would you happen to know if there were any murders that happened here?
Murder?
Not recently, maybe in the 20s?
Well, he must have took that as an insult, but yeah, okay, fair enough, And,
Cripes, kiddo, how old do you think I am?
Is there any way of finding out, maybe?
This is where we get a very graphic, strange scene where she is doing her drawing and she's getting tired because it must be tiring drawing. And she has a bit of a nap and she goes to sleep and she wakes up in that room and her umbilical cord is attached to another of her. And this strange weird scene you get here, that strange creepy man and the lady tied on the bed, and yeah, it's like some weird, dream or something she's having. And then it is because she wakes up, she sees all these drawings on the floor, she's picking them up, she has a look at this sweet drawing of this lady with the 2 children for a book for childbirth, and in shock horror is that she's drawn a picture of that. Yeah, very graphic, very scary, yes. So, yeah. Yeah. So, there's another scene where they're in bed, but this time she seems a bit very disturbed. There's no sex scenes or anything now, but she seems very disturbed and goes to the kitchen and brings them pictures. And they have a discussion about the pictures.
I didn't draw this.
You didn't draw this? Okay, baby, so you didn't draw it. What are you screaming about, huh?
I mean, I drew it, but I didn't draw this.
So, yeah, she's saying she hasn't drawn them, but she has, but hasn't realised she's drawn them. And he gestures this.
go away and talking with Carla.
Your shrink?
Hey, look, I mean, just talk with her, okay? Anything she's in.
Well, it's quite interesting, but obviously it's a very sore subject as well, what occurs. Yeah, he sees his therapist with her, and she's like, yeah, come on then, have you ever been hypnotised?
Have you ever been hypnotized?
Hypnotized?
Of course, you don't have to do it if you don't feel comfortable.
So they go through the process of hypnotising her, and we get the black and white images again, and it's making a lot more sense, especially things about bricks. Yes.
Bricks.
Bricks. Why bricks?
Safe. I can't follow.
So it goes on a very serious issue. I mean, yeah, it explains why, you know, she had some nostalgia and some comfort with a wall made out of bricks, and it explains it quite simple in the images.
My uncle would. He would sneak into my room at night. He had these toys. It didn't last long though.
So yeah, it's a very deep, emotionally interesting bit. Maybe for the movie, actually. You know, it's a bed about a, you know, it's a movie about a killer bed, but yeah. But you get this scene where you got the boyfriend Jerry, and he does this, like he's coming out a bit more like a creep. He's only interested in himself, and even he's found out about his poor girlfriend, what's happened to her. He insists this happens.
If you ever want to talk about what happened, when I think about the handcuffs, the bastard did to me.
Jerry, honey, can we not talk about it?
So obviously there's more to it, that he's really putting the pressure on. I'm thinking this is going to come in between his relationship and you know, his sex life, where and he's like, you might be thinking, damn, why did I take her to my therapist? Not even that, she's going to charge us double now because she's giving like Valium to the missus. That does come a little bit cynical later on, because our Jerry gets a bit annoyed, and he says he's thirsty and he has a drink of water, and we actually literally watch him having a drink of water. And then he comes back, and then there's that creepy ghost woman in his bed, and you see a bit of nudity, you know, hopefully, well, I can... breasts, I suppose. He starts making out with the ghost lady instead. Never mind girlfriend, you know, he'll have to settle with ghosts. And then the ghost gives him a jump scare. Yeah. So now the film gets more like a horror movie now, because we've had the emotional bit, and quite effective. But now, as you remember, I mentioned about their first encounter on that bed. It was very sexually nice. He was taking photographs of her. Well, them photos come into picture again, because at the beginning when he shows them pictures, they're a little bit faulty. They've just got a fault on them, and somehow Jerry wants to sort of like check him out by you know, magnifying closer to it, and you get this image of a creepy old man Then it goes to Karen, where she's been asking for information about murders in the warehouse, and we find out that there's been 7 women being strangled to death. So you'd be thinking, where would she go? Well, obviously she goes down to meet that creepy man, you know, maybe the janitor with the parrot. But lucky enough, nothing happens to her. She don't get brutally, anything. But there is something cynical when the parrot answers. But she didn't know that he had a parrot, and it's somehow your first impression be thinking, oh bleeding heck, there's a bloody killer parrot going around, strangling people. I mean, did he forget to give it some birdseed or something? You know what I mean? Well, then it moves on that they've been interviewed by the police. Obviously it's a low budget movie, you don't see any form of police, but quite easily done. It's the 2 couples talking about them being interviewed, and her mentioning about, should have showed them my drawings. And it's like, yeah, you don't be telling police about your drawings. Ooh. To simply explain about the police that she has shown the pictures to them, and she's on about, I should have showed them these pictures, and they're on about, you know, she got it in the impression that the officer mentioned it could be a copycat, you know, murderer of this, suspicious, thing. But it's all building up to something, because they've been told not to leave the city, but she's got the impression that I want to leave, but obviously we can go somewhere, but obviously Jerry's like, we can't go, but then he says, practically, okay, until something happens. Yes. This happens, and we will watch him go all the way up them stairs. Because he does finally get up there. Then we find out that the actual bed is managed to get up in that room again. So we might have that cut scene where the landlord and Karen got that bed down. Maybe the bed got itself down there, you know. We're expecting the bed to start moving now, but things go a little bit oddly strange, because it's not actually the bed what's the cynical bit. It's going to remind me of that other movie with the refrigerator, but it wasn't just the fridge what did the killing, there was an electric fan as well. And this is a scene where Jerry goes up and he sees his photographs, and as I mentioned, he saw something suspicious on his blown up thing. It's like that creepy old man. Well, it's definitely the old creepy old man, because there's some pictures already developed on the bed, and he goes looking at this mirror. That's why I mentioned about that electric fan in that movie, because he looks at the mirror, alright? And all of a sudden you'd be thinking something came out of the bed. No, it's the mirror. Looks in the mirror, and a hand comes out and gets him. And then everything is oddly strange as we watch him slowly walk down them steps.
Well, the door was shut.
I was just double checking. So we get everything?
It's a little bit quicker than going up them, but yeah, the thing is though, Karen is insisted and practically saying, don't go up there again.
Please don't go back up there again, okay?
So they're getting all the stuff packed, and Jerry's got this idea of You want hot chocolate? I'll insist that she has any hot chocolate because we see him doing this with the Valium, crushing it up with a spoon. And you know, the dirty horrible bugger doesn't boil a kettle, oh no, straight at it, bleeding tap, lukewarm water. So, he gives it to Karen, and I looked at Leigh, yeah. So, we gather that somebody might be possessed because Jerry's gone and snapped the key in the lock, and adamantly he wants her to drink the hot chocolate, what's obviously going to be bleeding lukewarm at the tap. So he made me a cup of tea like that. But yeah, the point is, you know, she realises about Jerry saying, "Have you done something to me?" And yeah, all of a sudden Jerry's with his tie and creepy, and yeah, this happens. Yeah, she mysteriously ends up in that bed. So if you remember the mirror, I mentioned that she's getting killed, Karen's getting murdered, and that ghostly figure of that lady shows on the mirror. And all of a sudden, she comes out and starts saving her, as she pleaded. And you see this weird gory effect, you know, that the creepy old man is hidden under Jerry's face or something. Karen gets loose and runs off, you know, finding out, you know, what do I do? You know, she goes through her stuff, gets a hammer, tries to smash a way out of the building by smashing the door with a hammer. But then Jerry is managed to get loose, or that creepy old man from the ghost, you know, and it appears, it starts attacking Karen. Karen's armed with a hammer, wallop. Then we get this strange scene where, is she killing the old creepy ghost guy, or has he jumped into the body of actual poor Jerry? But you know, Jerry is a creep now, isn't he? You know, it was, you know, he finds out what happened to his girlfriend, and still he insists he wants to have sex. But then we can blame the bed. It's some form of psychology, it's something new maybe, you know. It's a bad, cheap movie, but it's got this weird entertainment, and obviously this is the climax because obviously she kills him with the hammer. And we're all left that she's got the illusion it is that ghost she's killing, but it's not. It's Jerry. She's killed him. And he's dead. And then all of a sudden you'd be thinking it's all over. And then that creepy old man turns up again, and then it turns into this shot. Yeah, she looks like, has she been committed or something? Because we get this very interesting vision that somebody's looking in on her, and she seems to be doing that weird sexual thing again. And then this happens where, yeah, it's like some person what works there is doing a sexual act on her, and then it builds up where, yeah, well, she is strapped for nothing. She's already killed her, her boyfriend. Then this happens. Then you get the strange bit that, yeah, you get that creepy old man again. That's how the movie ends. And you'll get all these credits to tell you all the lovely information about the movie. And obviously, it wasn't... It's quite, I wouldn't say it's not a high budget movie. It's more on the creep factor. You're expecting blood and gore and stuff. But there is some form of blood in it. There's no massive body count as we have explained, but did it keep me entertained? Well, yeah, for the first time, yeah, of course it does. It was like, how the acting went, but what do you expect when you get bad movies? Or movies what are low budgetly made? There's plenty of creepy movies, what you can see free on YouTube, what other people have worked on, and they have that sort of form of magic. This is more or less come out straight out on DVD and stuff, but for what they had, it's it worth a watch. And I own the movie, so I can watch it a few more times than that. But yeah, it wasn't like something stupid like a bed running around or eating people, but it had some darkness to it, I would say. Well, it touched some issues, but what do you expect? So on that, I think I'll let the credits go up and go that lot, and says me explaining who did what and directed and all the music and all that lot, where not many of us stay behind watching credits, or even when we got it on DVD, we turn this bit off. But somebody might be interested in watching, who did what and all that lot. And all I can say, it's a simple review on this. And love it or hate it, or in between. It's slightly different. It's a different movie. It's not the first time some movie's been done like this, but involving a animal, not animal, but an object, I should say. I can't say the bleeding word, but I mean in some object. I mean, we're seeing refrigerator killer movies and TV movies, and where TVs are come alive and eating, killing people and that. But there is a bed movie that goes around digesting people. This is more, as it's sexual, isn't it? So there you are.